evening, Freedom fans in the United States, and good morning to everybody in Australia. Tonight's Freedom Face-Off is with Ashley Blanco and Penny Godfrey, who will be fighting for the Freedom World Championship. Without further ado, let's invite both of these ladies in. Hope everybody's ready for this one. Ashley Blanco.
Hi.
Hi to you too, young lady.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I hope you're excited as I am.
I am. I'm very excited.
Penny Godfrey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us today, and good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody around the world watching, tuning in with us tonight is a special one. We're going to be talking to two ladies who will be in the first ever female world championship for Freedom Fighter Promotions. Representing the United States of America is Ashley Blanco. Representing Australia is Penny Godfrey. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. First, we're going to go with our guest. Penny, please tell us your name and your age and where you're from.
Sure. So I'm Penny Godfrey and I'm 24 years old and I'm from Adelaide in Australia. And I train out of Boards Martial Arts in Adelaide.
Awesome. Ashley, you as well.
I'm Ashley Blanco. I train out of MK Muay Thai. I'm 24 years old. I don't know if you wanted my age. And I am from New Jersey.
Representing?
MK Muay Thai.
Awesome. Penny, please tell us when and why you started Muay Thai.
Ooh. I started Muay Thai probably about 8 years ago. I would have been about 17. And I did it more for just community and fitness and just the good vibes. And I went to one fight show, and after that, I was like, "Oh, I have to do this. I have to fight." So
did you start thinking you want to fight, or
no, I started because I had to stop other sports due to work commitments, and I wanted to keep fit. So I was talking to some people that I knew, and they called it kickboxing, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. And then I went to a class or two, and then I realized that it wasn't quite what I thought, but I loved it even more. And the community.
After you started, how long did it take you before your first fight?
I think I trained for about 2 years before I fought. Yeah.
Awesome. And you've been with the same gym since the beginning?
Straight from the beginning. I
Awesome.
haven't been to any other. Yeah.
Ashley, same question. When and why you started Muay Thai?
When I started Muay Thai maybe 4 years ago. I started training 4 years ago, and that was during the pandemic. Well, a little bit before the pandemic. I started actually MMA, and then I got to the gym that I'm at now. Yeah, don't I know. I know. I started with MMA because I thought that's the route I wanted to go down. And then I got to the gym that I'm at now, MK in Jersey, 3 years ago. So directly after the pandemic, and I haven't stopped since. It was, I started with them maybe that August. By the next April, I was asked, "Do you want to do a smoker?" And I had no interest in fighting at all, and I was like, I guess I don't even really know what a smoker is, but sure. And yeah, from there it's just been kind of one of those things where my coach is like, "Hey, there's this opportunity. Hey, there's this opportunity." Now there's 15 fights later, and we're at this opportunity, and here we are.
How many fights has it been now?
This will be my 15th fight.
15. Penny, how many fights altogether you have?
This will be my 15th or 14th.
Awesome. What, Penny, would you say has been your biggest fight to date?
Oh, I don't know. I've had some pretty good. This one coming would have to be the biggest I've got, but before that, maybe my last one on a promotion here in Adelaide in Pride. But I don't know, I fought on Roots in Melbourne as well, and that was a crazy opportunity. I really, really enjoyed that as well. So I love all of them. Yeah.
What would you say your last one, the reason why you say your last one was the biggest one?
I guess it was just against a tougher opponent. I feel like every fight that I go on, my opponents just get tougher and
It's
tougher.
and tougher.
The preps get harder and harder, but it's just so rewarding. Yeah.
How did you do in your last fight?
I won on
That's good to know.
yeah. I think it was a unanimous decision win.
Awesome. Ashley, what would you say has been your biggest fight to date?
I've had a couple wars, but maybe my last fight on Freedom was a pretty big one because it was a rematch. I was, as always, the underdog. And then probably my last fight on TPAs was a pretty big fight that not many people know about. Like, not many people know about that fight because, it was done at a tournament. Not many people are aware that it even happened. But that fight was a pretty big fight, and I didn't even know it was happening until like 3 days before it happened because it was at a tournament.
Can you tell us why it was that fight in the TBA was big?
Because I fought against a woman named Susan Wallace. She has fought multiple times for the WBC belt. Has fought many opponents. She has a crazy amount of experience over me, and she's a lot older than me, and yeah, she's just been in the game for a lot longer than I have. And she's fought a lot of women that are like up there, you know what I mean? So that's why that was probably one of the biggest fights. And I was definitely an underdog for that one,
but you came out, I believe, victorious.
Yes.
That's a good note to end on that. Penny, so Freedom Fighter Promotions is technically still like just a baby, but I want to ask you, have you ever heard of us before? Because we've only been promoting for 1.5 years.
Yeah, I haven't, but I just never even thought that I would look in overseas for fight promotions. So
this is your first time coming here?
Yeah, first time.
Have you been out to fight in another country before?
Never. No, only interstate, keeping things in Australia. So this is
we're happy to be the baby promotion to do that then.
Thanks for having me. It's such an incredible opportunity.
I hope you're enjoying the ride, and it's going to be better once you're here in the States. What does this fight mean to you, Penny?
Currently it's everything. It's such a huge opportunity, and I just didn't think these things just don't happen to, I think, down in Little Adelaide in Australia, like it's normally the bigger states that fighters will get pulled from. So
not from your area.
Pardon?
Not from your area, you said.
No. It doesn't happen. Like as soon as it was announced, people were like, "Oh, that's unreal! Like, you're going to the US?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But yeah,
that's awesome. I'm very honored to be part of that. Then.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, Ashley. You've been with Freedom for a few times, and yet Freedom is just a baby. What do you think about this opportunity that you're given with Freedom?
So first of all, I'm super grateful for the constant opportunities. I know it's been kind of hard getting me a matchup recently. It feels like people are saying they want to fight, and then no fights go through, or like you'll announce the fight and then people pull out, and so it's been kind of hard to get me a matchup. So I think that I'm super grateful that you just continue, like even when you tell me you're gonna get me a fight, I'm gonna get a fight. And like that's something that's super hard to do, especially right now with I feel like it's just been extremely difficult to find me a fight.
I gotta say, this fight, even though it's an amateur fight, it is the most expensive fight that I've made in 16 shows, just because of Penny. So Penny, you're a very, very expensive fight to have made, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth it. Even I'm talking about even from all the big pro fights. None of the pro fights costed me this much because of where you're coming from and all that stuff. But you're worth it, and I'm happy to do that for both of you ladies. This is I'm a big fan of female fights, especially when they're as good as you both are. Um, this is a world title fight, a real legit world title fight. Two of the best from your areas, from opposite sides of the world. When one of you leave with that world title, you're gonna it's that title is gonna be deserved and earned. Um, what does it mean to you to leave Penny as the world champion back to your country?
This this has always been my goal, I think, since starting to fight. I said to my coach, I want a belt. I want to have a title. I want to have something. So when she told me that this is what I was going for, I thought this is what I trained for. This is it. This is it. So I'm coming home with that belt.
Excited, very excited. Ashley, you've won a number of titles, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the title.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, this is the biggest title I'll be fighting for. I've done a good amount of things with my career, thankfully, in the short amount of time that I've been given. I have so many goals, and this was definitely one of the goals that I had for this year. Definitely not like the end all be all, but I'm very, 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 very grateful and thankful for this opportunity, because I mean, world title, that's like a big deal. So it's kind of exciting.
It is, definitely is. Being that you've been training for a few years, you've accomplished so much already in the States, but now you're fighting a legit opponent all the way from the fighting country of Australia. Did you think you would be fighting for a fight this big, like a world championship, like a legit world championship, this soon?
No, no. You want to know what? Like, I actually, one of my goals in my fight career has always been, I've always wanted to fight in Australia.
Nice.
Because I love Australian fighters. I'm a big fan of Australian fighters. So, I think that it's actually pretty cool that like we're taking a little piece of Australia and we're bringing it over to New York. Maybe one day we'll be able to fight in Australia on one of their promotions out there.
Bring freedom there.
Yeah, we'll bring freedom to Australia. Maybe we could do that. That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think it's just like a super unique opportunity to be able to do this. Not many promotions can say that they've done this specifically for women in America for Muay Thai in America. So yeah, I just think that it's a super unique opportunity, and I'm again very grateful for it.
Both of you earned it. You deserve it. We have questions already coming in. If anybody has any questions for either Penny or Ashley, please write your question, your comment in the comment below. One question here is, Penny, you're coming from the other side of the world to fight a hometown fighter. Is it less pressure, or on you the pressure on her?
I love the loud crowd. I love the atmosphere. Back at home, my gym can take up half a crowd sometimes, so it's good to have that support behind you. But I fought interstate, and I've had no one over there like in the crowd cheering, and I think sometimes for an opportunity this big, and I think it's going to be good to have no pressure there. But no, I'll miss the home crowd definitely. But I know that everyone's going to be back home cheering on the live stream. I'm going to post it everywhere. Everyone's asking me how to get the live stream up, so I'm going to put that up for him.
FCLTV.com if you want to watch Penny. If you're in Australia, you want to watch Penny in a world title fight, FCLTV.com. Kind of same question to you, Ashley. Even though you're the home country fighter, this is in your backyard, literally. Do you have any pressure?
I don't know if I necessarily have pressure. I mean, I don't think I have pressure. I don't know. I've had lots and lots of pressure in the past. I feel like I'm at a point in my career where there's just pressure. You know what I mean? Like there's just pressure right now. I feel like there's a lot of eyes right now. Maybe not. Maybe nobody even cares about me. But I just feel like right now there's just pressure happening. So I'm just like at that point. You know what I mean? Like people are like you should be fighting at this level and you're fighting at this, and it's like I just feel like overall there's just pressure always. But would I say that like the crowd makes a difference? Maybe the crowd makes a difference, but I've also fought in places where I've known not a single soul but one person, and I've also fought in places like TBA where it's the Midwest and nobody knows who I am. They're just watching 4 rings go at the same time. You know what I mean? So like crowd makes a difference, of course, and I'm so grateful to be able to fight in front of like my people. But pressure, there's at this point of my career, I feel like there's just always pressure.
I gotta say, like, there is eyes on you. Why would I say that? Because, and I'm sure both of you ladies can agree with this, there's not a lot of female fights when you compare it to male fighters.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, there's even less female experienced fighters. So when you get 2 women from opposite ends of the world fighting for a world title, the women of the sport for that country are going to be watching to see what happened.
Yeah.
There is going to be eyes on you because it's rare that we see 2 women from opposite sides of the world fighting for a world title. And we're going to do our part to make sure that all eyes are on you. With that said, both of you are coming to win. Neither one of you is coming for the experience. You don't get this far. It's like going to the Super Bowl, you know? You don't want to say I went to the Super Bowl. You want to say I won the Super Bowl. You don't want to say I went to the World Cup. I won the World Cup, you know? So I'll go with Penny first. Have you done any research on your opponent?
Not personally, I will admit. I
Is
prefer
this
to
your style of like
yeah,
not like having?
I don't like to research my opponents. I like to be absolutely not clueless, but I don't like to look at it. I leave all that to my coach. Like my coach will do.
That's
If
smart.
she wants to look at them, then she will, and then she just tells me what I gotta hear. So she tells me what I gotta know.
Okay. What type of fighter are you?
Me?
Yes. Would you say you're an
I
outsider, insider, clincher,
feel,
striker?
I feel like I'm still trying to figure that out. Every fight, depending on who I'm fighting, it's different. But I feel like because I'm sure Ashley would be the same, but because you're shorter, you got to fight close. You know, it's in range. It's
You like to fight in range.
a little bit more. Yeah. Okay.
Ashley, have you done any studying on your opponent?
No, I let Ray do all that. My coach Ray does all this studying. Did I see her Instagram? Yes, I did. I'm not gonna lie to you, of course. I went on her Instagram. But like I have the worst memory. So I went on her Instagram. I did notice that you're like a really pressure forward fighter. That's like your style. And I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. You have to be when you're as short as we are. So I get what you mean by that. But yeah, that's really all. Like Ray, like broke it all down. Like he's the one that breaks down like my opponents, like figures out like what we need to do with that part. And yeah, he's like the mastermind behind everything.
That's good that you are leaving it in your trainer's hands and that you're trusting that because of the fact that trust is a big thing and you got to know what you're getting yourself into.
1,000%.
We have another question. This one is for you, Ashley. So, being that you're the United States champion 2-time and you're a TBE champion against one of the most experienced female fighters on the side of the world, I'm going to rephrase it. Ashley, what do you need to do to make yourself the #1 fighter in the world?
What do I need to do to make myself the #1 fighter in the world? Have not this is like I don't know. That's kind of a crazy question. Like I guess have all the answers when I'm in there. I feel like that's what would make me the number one fighter in the world. Like have all the answers for any situation that's thrown at me. Will make me the number one fighter in the world. There's lots of levels to this. You know what I mean? So like, I think that whatever level we get at when we're in there, and if I have the answer for it, that's what's gonna make me the number one fighter in the world.
I agree. Definitely, is all about having the right answers and being able to execute them. You know,
Yeah.
I gotta say, titles are being thrown around a lot. At least, you know, on this side of the world.
Yeah.
And you see it where like fighters are fighting people that they shouldn't be fighting, that they shouldn't even be offered the opportunity. And for example, I give you an example. Like we brought you in to fight somebody, for you know, and then we brought you up for the USA title. We had you defend immediately, and then we had you. You know, when you lost it, it was a close fight. Some people thought you won, some people thought she won. We redid it again, and then you came back and you won. This is what it means to be the number one fighter in your country. And now you're going, you know, after winning that belt twice, you're going to fight for the world title against somebody who is a legit opponent from another part of the world, like Penny Godfrey. Well, with that said, once one of you wins and becomes the world champion, to continue keeping that title, you go and you fight other people that are legit opponents, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, I'm talking as a promoter now, right? If I had a fighter, it's my job to promote them in the right way. You know, like you don't want to go and feed anybody easy fights, and then once they go and they fight a tough fighter, they get smashed.
Right.
You know, you build that fighter up, and this is how not only do we build that fighter, but we build our fan base in the sport, and we let them grow with the fighter, and that's what the sport needs, and that's what we're trying to do. You know, make fights that make sense, that it's not one-sided towards either side, and continuing defending and winning is how you become truly the number one in the world. You're just 8 days away from going back home as world champion. Ashley, first, how do you see your hands being raised next Saturday?
I think that I will also be putting pressure. I'm kind of known for not letting up. Kind of keep going and going and going and going. So and yeah, I think I'll have the answer for everything. I don't think that I will have there will be no question unanswered. There will be an answer for everything.
Penny Godfrey, how do you see your hands being raised next Saturday?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to leave everything I've got in that ring and put on a performance. As you said, you've put a lot of money into this, so we'll definitely leave a performance for you. But I think it's going to be a pretty fast-paced fight, I would say, by the sounds of things. And we'll just
It's gonna be fireworks.
Yeah.
Because both of you are like this. Ding, 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 ding. So the question is, have you ever been in a fight like that, and what have you done to change it? Ashley first.
Have you ever been in like a fireworks fight?
No, like where
crazy...
both, like you and your opponent are going in this way. Like
I
you end up changing the plan.
I actually think that almost every single one of my fights is like that. I don't think that, I'm not gonna say here, I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like almost every single one of my fights is there's been fights where I've expected to go in there and be like, all right, Ash, like you're gonna like, this is what you want to do, and then it goes completely left and out the window because now we're in a war. Now it's like two pit bulls in the ring. So I've been through that before. I've been through very, very high-paced opponents. I've been through very, very strong opponents. I've been through, yeah, my last 4 fights, like Ray just said, like I've been through like fireworks, quite literally fireworks, and I just go through it. I adjust on the fly. I I
But you don't
change on the
change
fly.
it. But you don't change the style. You end up going, instead of going this way at 50 miles per hour, you go this way at 100 miles per
100,
hour.
yeah. So like I'm just one of those people that like the more the fight goes on, if it's closer, the more like I'm going to like the dog is gonna come out. Like it's just I'm gonna keep digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. Like for me, the harder it gets, the better for like my like the way that I fight. Yeah.
Penny, same question for you. Have you been in a fight where like both of you and your opponent are going this way, and what ends up happening after that?
Oh, I go into the corner and my coach Carly just tells me what I gotta do to get there. So I have a feeling that if it's just something that, you know, I'm just getting pushed back and back and back, then it's you hold and you time things and you make sure every single shot that you land counts, like rather than just like if it's not working,
Make everything, makes the next move count.
yeah, maybe slow it down a little bit and just make sure everything's, you know, counting every shot.
I got a question for you. Well, somebody commented, well, yeah, Ray, I see that. I see you guys accept it all. Question. Another question from our fans. Ashley, who's on your radar next? Not we're overlooking anything, but who would be somebody that you have your eyes on?
Somebody that I have my eyes on.
No matter where they are in the world.
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
You be honest.
You know, I am somebody who I try to worry about myself. I know people want to fight me. They said they want to fight me. People want to like make, you know, comments or like say things and they want to fight me. So if they want to fight
say
me,
it in the Freedom Face-Off?
nah, I don't. Because they know who they are. People know who they are. They know who I'm on their radar. That's awesome. Great. Love that. Love that for them. But other than that, what?
Did you see Taj's comment?
You might be on her radar, but they're not on her level. Well, there we go. Yeah. So I just think that a lot of people talk, and a lot of people have a lot to say all the time. And I guess that just comes with fighting, right? Like that's the sport. But until that contract is signed, until not even till that contract is signed, because I've been there where the contract has been signed and I still haven't gotten into the ring with them. Like until I'm in the ring, like feet are inside of the ring, I'm worried about myself and I'm worried about my career and where it's headed in the future. I have lots of plans. I have lots and lots of things I want to do next year. Eventually I'm trying to go pro, of course. But yeah, and I just saw a comment that said when Penny wins. That's really good. Really good talk, like really good for the universe. But when Penny wins, will you have a rematch in Australia? And I would love to rematch in Australia. I just said that I would love to fight in Australia, and Freedom Australia would be freaking awesome.
Well, I'm gonna put myself on the spot right here, right now, and I'm gonna probably shoot myself in the head for it. Penny wins the world title. Freedom is going to Australia. Penny, would you accept a rematch against Ashley?
Absolutely.
In your country?
Absolutely.
Ashley, would you accept a rematch somewhere else?
Absolutely. I will accept a rematch if need be, wherever, whenever. And Andre Anderson, this girl ain't on Penny's level. Love that for you. You have a good support system, Penny.
That's what
surely
we
do.
want more of that. We want more of that. This is going to be a great fight indeed. Penny, man, I'm so excited. I think I'm really like this Freedom Face-Off. I was already excited, but after this Freedom Face-Off, I got more fired up. I can't wait to see this fight. But going back to the same question to you, is there anybody in your country or your side of the world or anywhere that you had your eyes on that you wanted to fight?
My coach would have been so hard right now. I have to admit, honestly, she'll tell me I've got you fighting so and so, da 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 da. I will admit I don't know anyone.
Me.
Just she's like, oh my God, like there's no point even telling you who you're fighting because you you don't know. But no,
I mean, it's good that you like that, but you never had anybody that you watched and you're like, oh man, she's nice. I want to fight her that one day.
I watch so many like big females in the sport, and like obviously huge inspirations, and there's so many out there. But I just always think that like, oh, they're up there, and I've still got to get up there to fight
Well,
them. So
let me tell you, this fight is doing that for you, and I'm pretty
yeah.
sure there's young women and even women in the sport that are looking watching. I'm like, man, I want to be in her position, and all eyes are on you right now. You're the one from your area that's leaving your country to go and fight for the world title in the US of A. That's you, Penny Godfrey. So all eyes are on you now.
Thank you.
No, thank you for allowing me. Ashley, you know what type of person I am. You know how much I care about the sport and how much truly I care about promoting the female fights. I thank you, Ashley. I thank you, Penny, for allowing me to promote you to the world. This is what freedom is about. So I constantly want to remind you, Penny, this is your first time getting some experience with me. And I hope this is the beginning of a better relationship. But this is your time, ladies. I'm so excited for both of you. Go and let the world see your worth, see the fruits of your labor. Penny, would you like to say anything before we head out to your family, friends, everyone back home in Australia?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, firstly, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm forever grateful for it. And obviously, we'll be promoting the live stream absolutely everywhere over the next week to get the family knowing where to go and where to look at and watch it back home in Ireland. But it's also Father's Day here in Australia, and my dad's currently interstate. So if he's watching, then happy Father's Day to my dad's son. Yeah.
Ashley, would you like to say anything to your family, friends, anybody watching?
Yeah, just thank you guys all for supporting. I remember when I first started doing these Freedom Lives, I was so nervous, and now it's like easy for me. But I say the same thing every Freedom Live. I'm just so thankful and grateful for all of my all of the support that I have at home and in my gym and MK and all my family and all my friends. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And thank you, Rami, for making this possible after we had somebody pull out last minute and then you had to like figure it all out and all the money stuff. So thank you very much.
It's my pleasure, my dear. I really tried to get an opponent from many different countries. Many different countries. And once I found somebody told me, hey, there's this woman, her name is Penny Godfrey, she's from Australia. I think her and her coach are down to take the fight. And then I'm like, yes, thank you, God. I spoke to your coach, and she's a great person to deal with, very easygoing, and it was green light right away. So thank you, ladies. Everyone back home, from all the way in Australia to the USA and all around the world, thank you guys for tuning in. This fight is going to be crazy. We have two fighters that are just like this. And I don't believe that either one of them is going to look for another game plan. They're just going to go like this and more like this. You don't want to miss this fight. These two women are amazing fighters that are a great representation of our beautiful sport of Muay Thai. Do yourself and make sure you get entertained next Saturday. If you can be there, get the tickets to be live in person. If you can't, no matter where you are in the world, you can catch the fight live on pay-per-view on FCLTV.com. This is going to be a crazy fight. USA versus Australia. Ashley Blanco versus Penny Godfrey. Freedom World Championship. Thank you, ladies. Thank you to your coaches.
Thank you.
Freedom is coming. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.